27th of the ninth month of 1433 to the 1st of the 10th month of 1433, Itikaf fil Masjid Annoowr, 2012 retreat at ISSWW. I had some interesting dreams of a non-specific trippy nature during the 3.5-day break from retreat. The 27th night included sort of a vision amidst my dusk prayer. In that, I saw something like an electric violet sheet go over the space I was performing obligatory ritual prayer in. I laid down for the last time at home during Ramadan 1433. Despite the charger power cord of my MP3 player breaking, I had a chance to finish a set of meditations I intended to do that month. 6:06 to 7:21 p.m. I turned on the last two juz is the plural of the 30th part of the J.D. Hall translation. I stilled myself and began to relax my muscles, one by one. Though I must have learned something, that was not the point. I just tried to pay attention as closely as I could. This is something I keep working at. Still I cry with those joyous tears. I wish I could be like that for years. Colorful, swirly, sparkly, rushing. I rose even more energetic and blissful. I knew it was time to return to my retreat in the most sacred place in Clark County, Washington. So I made haste. I left on August 16th, 2012 at approximately 7:30 p.m. to arrive at Masjid Annoowr around 7:54 p.m. Saturday, the 18th of August, 2012. 8:16 p.m. started the 28th of Ramadan, which is of the 10 or 11 nights, then day, 10 or 11 night, then day periods, which is the traditional period for retreat in the Islamic world. One must be fasting during the days to be in that variety of seclusion in a masjid or a place set apart for the ritual prayer of this age. I don't intend to go much into the rules of retreat at a masjid here. One leaves on the 19th afternoon of Ramadan to arrive by sunset on the 20th, to spend every following night and day only leaving for a need like human waste disposal, washing, food, water, to change or wash clothes or bedding, to water domestic plants, and to give domestic animals food or water. I will, in this account, share of what group ritual I did, of what group ritual I took part in, except the obligatory matters. I will say I worked on my summary study of Sahih Muslim, which is Imam Muslim's collection of historical claims involving Prophet Muhammad, or those who were of the early Islamic community of this age. My usual traditional and voluntary acts of worship, as well as the conversations we may have in a masjid don't need much or even any reference. One set of verses I intended to read once for each night and once for each day was the explicit verses of love of God and God's love of creation. They are namely 265, 277, 290, 295, 205, 222, 276, 331, 332, 357, 376, 392, 319, 334, 340, 346, 348, 353, 359, 336, 307, 348, 513, 542, 554, 564, 587, 593, 641, 731, 755, 858, 94, 97, 908, 924 would be more properly in that list. 1190, 1623, 1996, 2039, 2238, 24, 22, 2876, 2877, 3021, 3045, 3118, 41, 40, 49, 7, and I read 8 too, 49, 9, 57, 23, 59, 9, well, 59, 9, and 58, 22, you know, be added other year, sort of the love of the community, love of the brothers, and, you know, that sort of thing. 67, 68, 61, 4, 61, 13, 76, 8, and 85, 14. I finish the 99 Names of God poster at least thrice a night, and thrice or so a day. I sing each name in Arabi, then in English. I said the verses, followed by a prostration, thrice for each night and thrice for each day. There's 7, 206, 13, 15, 16, 48 through 50, 17, 107 through 109, 19, 58, 22, 18, 22, 77. You know, I'd like to correct that paper. It's not 2217, it's 2277. 25, 60, 27, 24 through 26, 32, 15, 38, 27, 41, 37 through 38, 53, 62, 84, 21, and 96, 19. That makes 15 prostrations, each upon the 7 areas of the body, among 22 verses, you know, in the toes. The other verses I read once for each night and once for each day were all Quran, 1, 2, 1 through 20, 2, 255, 2, 256, 2, 284, 2, 285, 2, 286, 3, 1 through 6, 7, 1, 10, 1, 11, 1, 12, 1, 13, 1, 14, 1, 15, 1, 19, 1, 20, 1, 26, 1, 27, 1, 27, 65, 27, 66, 27, 74, 27, 75, 28, 1, 29, 1, 31, 31, 1, 31, 34, 32, 1, 36, 1 through 9, or so. 38, 1, 41, 41, 1, 42, 1, 42, 2, 43, 1, 44, 1, 45, 1, 46, 1, 51. I read this twice or so on Friday, you know, also 85, one twice or stuff, right? 55, 57, 1 through 7, 59, 24 through 26. Is that 24 through 26? 67, 68 one. Yeah, I don't know why I put that. 22 through 24. From 59. 68 1, 68, 51, 52, 69 1 through 3 are so. 72 and Suar 85 through 114. I know I said 96:19 already, but I read it once more. The 28th of Ramadan included Al-Quran 85 through 91 and 112 in the prayer of pauses. Between 3:15 and 4:19 a.m. Friday the 17th of August, I dreamt that I was in a swirl of colors where I saw something like 8 swords crisscrossed. I felt tingly and rose up through layers of colors in the vault I was in then. I will look at the symbolism of this dream through the tarot. The 8 of Swords is a moon in Aquarius. Our interference in the Thoth tarot. It is Jupiter and Gemini are shortened force in the Golden Dawn tarot. The vault can be said to be a trump card. Either the High Priestess, Temperance, or Judgment is the card to look at. This would be the letters Gimel, Semek, or Sheen. Keeping with the same order, the stages and states marked out by degrees of Sagittarius, we also have the different amounts of light and heat with the fire of judgment. There are 5 suwar, plural of chapters in Quran, that are particularly good to read, or say during Jumu'ah or Jumu'atin, Thursday sunset through Friday sundown. I read Al-Quran, Suwar 18, 32, 50, 62, and 76, with the Muhammad Assad translation that day. I used the same translation to couple with my reading of Surah 36 as well. On the 29th night of Ramadan, the prayer of pauses, Tarawih as-Salat, included Al-Quran, Surah 38, 87, 93, and 112. Between 12:40 and 2:55 a.m. on August 18, 2012, I dreamt I was in a rectangular room with pillars for walls. There were starburst, not the candy, shaped neon clouds. There was a noise like a trumpet, and I forgot the rest. The prayer after rising, the Hajjud as-Salat, included Al-Quran, Surah 57. I was unable to pray the even and odd prayer, the Shafi wal Watr as-Salat, with the group, but did on my own. As far as the 20th through 29th of Ramadan, minus the period I was off retreat with the cold and flu, I was able to pray all obligatory prayers in congregation in Masjid Annoowr. I likewise prayed all the prayers of pauses in congregation there too. I kept up with the intended Quranic reading therein as well. One difficulty is that the forbiddance of monasticism the forbiddance of monasticism, see Al-Quran 57:27. Certain things, and indeed needs, are not allowed in a masjid that would be allowed in a monastery. One may leave to dispose of human waste or something, but one shouldn't stay out to comb the hair or something. There are other examples besides that, and the lack of business and certain aspects of marital life. Another thing is we have quite the skilled guitar player that is a neighbor of the ISSWW property in the Hazeldale neighborhood. He plays loudly even songs I know. It is hard enough not to say the lyrics sometimes. It is even the more greater of a difficulty to not think of the words or even the beat to the songs. On the 29th, I heard him play Alice in Chains' It Ain't Like That Anymore, Nirvana's Heart-Shaped Box, and a Black Sabbath song off the Paranoid album for the first time. At least he picked songs that paint a negative picture of the vice-based lifestyles. The religious life should work no matter what level of technology or material culture one has. Such is the Islamic importance on the individual acknowledgement of the sun and hours of the day, the moon and stages of the month, and even Venus and the 40-year periods. One needs to perform what is actually expected of him based on their own knowledge and ability. I cannot keep up the efforts specific to Ramadan much beyond that. I hate to see Ramadan or Itikaf go, though. I look forward to returning and doing it all over again. Whenever I do these retreats, or even journeys that involve sleeping at a masjid, it feels like I got 2 or 3 hours more sleep than I actually did. 9 is my standard to be in tip-top shape, and it would be 8, 7, 6 even. At least once it was even half that, and I felt like I got that full 9 hours sleep. At 8:13 p.m. Saturday, the 18th of August, 2012, Ramadan 1433 ended. The feeling instantly changed, even though the calling for prayer was about 30 seconds or so later. On years where the new month was sighted and we didn't get word of the subtle feeling of a weird warm rush still comes sunset of that day. That always comes with the teary moment. The reduction of the dreamy, buzzy, energetic feeling is more pronounced when the retreat ends. This year, that was when I left the praying area to go home at 10:32 p.m. I still felt extraordinarily higher for a couple more hours after I returned home, and I think that was the year that the high of the retreat that I didn't even notice was there until the retreat starts to end. Then it kind of starts to fade, and you realize, oh hey. But Ramadan's like that. You got the 3 layers it brings, and you do the retreat, and so you got these 3 things that are come, and this other feeling that you don't notice is there that leaves, and you notice it when it comes back, or maybe you don't. But I know I'm not the only one with some of these perceptions, but that's my experience of the matter.